when I feel like nothing. Always feel like I'm running. Both feel we're living worlds apart. It's fucked now, we lost in limbo. Remembering what you said though, and I asked you if we'd make it far. That one last kiss that they write about, my one last wish you could never doubt. I trust angels who fly away from you, and you told me that we'd never die. Gave me so many reasons why we were meant to be. Then she said no, 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 no. No, 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 you should. I've earned the cost and now I've paid it. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, please don't go. I know my face a memory erasing. Been a few years since I heard your voice, yeah. Lost a few here, but it's not by choice, no. Girl, I see your face every day when I look through my phone. Can't delete all these memories, won't leave me alone. Hit my blind side, never saw you coming. You were so wild, but no, I was nothing. And I'm nothing now, nothing's changed. You know I'm just the same. Miss you now, but I hope that someday you explain. That one last kiss that they write about, my one last wish you could never doubt. Trust angels who fly away from you, and you told me that we'd never die. Gave me so many reasons why we were meant to.
Hi, I'm Justin Jensen, and welcome to my channel. It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust, sweat, and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and may fall again and again, because there is no effort without error or shortcoming. Teddy Roosevelt. Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope all is well. It's earlier in the day than I normally go live, but I had to because I want to do the dispatch calls later this evening, and I have other work I have to do. So today, it's not YouTube related, and yeah. So I want to be able to try to do that this evening. It's good to see you all. Thank you all so much for being here. Today is October 29th, 2023. It is 3:19 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Hello, it's good to see you all. Justin, I did hit the like when I came in, but on the poll, I hit it the wrong button. That's okay. The main thing is you hit it, my love. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. So, it is Sunday, and I figured what we can do is this is titled. We've been doing a series of theories in, kind of breaking down all of the main theories that could have possibly happened in the Summer Wells case. None of us know what happened to Summer Wells. I want to be extremely clear with that. None of us know. But I agree. I agree, Watkins. Absolutely, we do. We need something, and hopefully soon, so we can put this, you know, find Summer and either put her to rest, get justice, or find her alive, hopefully, and get justice. Whatever, there needs to be justice for Summer Moon Utah Wells, who went missing June 15th, 2021. We are going on 2.5 years, and it feels like it's been an eternity. And sometimes it feels like it's been yesterday. Depends on how you look at it and the way you look at it. So yeah, thank you so much for the kind comments. You're very kind. So yeah, so this is called this one. What did I name this one? This one is the series Little Girl Taken in Search for Summer Moon Utah Wells. Opinion: Summer was likely left in the car. Here's why. And I want to go through some interviews we're going to do that I've promised this the last 3 lives, but I start yapping and I don't get to it. But we're going to do it in this live, talking about the Allie, Leslie, Chris McDonough interview. Those are so important. It's right in the very beginning when the minds were fresh. And that's where we learn the most. And we have learned so much going through this. Um, you're okay, Catherine. We understand what you mean. It's fine. No worries. All right. So, yes, this one is how she may have been left in the car. And the way people have, you know, I've always talked about this, we have a natural behavior and an order to why we do the things we do. There is a general consensus of human order, and then there is the consensus of, your own personal self, your own personal behavior. And with Candace, we know that she leaves children. Well, she does more than that. She gives children alcohol. She gives children vapes and all of this. This is something Don has been accused of, and a lot worse. Speaking of Don. But if there is an accident theory, and it's very well possible, very well possible, we know that Candace admittedly leaves the kids in the car, meaning Summer and H that day, right? So what I want to do is we're going to just touch on a little bit of, we're going to go back here for just a few minutes and before we get to the Leslie interview. And a lot of people thinks accident cover up, a lot of people, and extremely possible, extremely possible. We just don't know.
I couldn't even tell you. I know I went to the hospital at 8 with my mom, dropped her off.
8 o'clock. I just want to be clear. 8 o'clock. We know that she dropped mom off at 8. Now, the times where we don't know, and I would really like to know, because I don't believe Candace sat in the car for 2.5 to 3 hours in the parking lot with a 5-year-old. I don't think she just sat there in the parking lot. Candace runs around and all that. From 8 o'clock till 10:30, 11 o'clock when she picks up H, what is she doing? Guys, if it's buffering, listen, there is solar storms right now, and it is screwing up my internet and everybody else's. I am so sorry if it is messing with your internet, because it's been doing mine like that all day. Like all day, especially it might be a YouTube thing as well, but I was reading that there is solar flares right now. All right, let's continue.
And I was sitting there, and Hunter called me and asked me what I was doing. I said I was sitting at the hospital in the parking lot waiting on my mom to get done. And he said, well, why don't y'all come over? I said, well, as long as your mom says it's okay. And I guess he woke her up or said something to her, and he said, yeah, she said it's fine for a little bit, because I guess his grandma was coming over or something she don't like.
Now, we have talked about this, and I want to be clear. I don't think this was random. What is the likelihood? Candace lives in Hawkins County. What is the likelihood of Candace just sitting there, like literally down the street from where H and Allie and all of them live? They haven't talked in months, weeks at least, right? And she just happens to be 3 or 4 minutes down the road. What's the likelihood of that? Oh, you you're just sitting in the parking lot killing time. You know what? You might as well come down. You might as well come down. No, no. I believe wholeheartedly, in my opinion, that this was planned the night before. Why was it planned the night before? Well, Candace and H have different stories on when, Summer, and why, how she was wearing the bathing suit, and when they decided to go swimming/fishing. Candace says in one account that, and she actually says in this interview right here, that she tells Chris that she put the bathing suit on Summer before she left, which would have been, anywhere from 7:15 to 7:30 in the morning. Okay. Why are you putting a bathing suit on your kid whenever you have no intentions? You're taking your mom to the hospital. You're taking your mother to the hospital. Okay, you're sitting in a parking lot. Why would you put a bathing suit under your kid? She said because it was hot. Well, that's an extra layer. It makes no sense. Then they say that they plan on doing when they get to the house, H says, "Oh, Mom, can I go with Candace? We're going to go fishing." But H says whenever they get to see Grandis, they change it to swimming, which makes no sense whatsoever. Why does it matter, when they see Grandis, when they go pick up Grandis, that it's going to be they change it to swimming? In my opinion, Grandis would rather fish than swim. We've got pictures of Grandis fishing. Makes no sense. Yes, it was obviously planned. Also, H says that Summer was changed at his house. Candace says that is not the truth. Okay. Then we get to the pharmacy. And lo and behold, this is the story. Oh, well, since it's going to take, 30 minutes, we might as well, since I've literally drove past every pharmacy across town to get to this pharmacy, since it's going to take 30 minutes, and just so it happens that there is a state park literally on the other side of the stoplight from the pharmacy, we might as well go there because, that's what everyone does. Everyone goes swimming, when they're waiting for their prescription. Now, this was planned the night before, in my opinion. Had to be. Had to be. Had to be. And at 11:30, John calls and says, "Oh, since y'all are going to go swimming, I might as well work late." At 11:30 in the morning, that's working late. You haven't even had your lunch yet. All right, let's continue.
I don't like her either.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, seems like you guys have had a falling out. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
And,
It's stupid part on Al, really, honestly.
what was it over?
Well, I don't know if it was her husband or Hunter. I'm just going to say Hunter's daddy. Come out with all these guys.
Okay.
So I said, well, if you're going to be with him, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I just said, come on, take me and my kids back to my place. I'm out of here.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't even know what really happened.
Okay.
She just went off the.
That's bull crap. She knows exactly what happened.
And ever since that, she's just been hateful towards me. And I don't know. I don't get it.
Okay.
I really wish I could understand it.
Okay.
And she stuck me with that guy. And then my husband got home. He's like, well, who's this guy, And I'm like, Allie left him here, abandoned him here. I was like, he ain't got no place to go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then my mom took him after my husband and him got into a little squirrel. My mom took him, I believe it was to North Carolina to some chick's house. And then that was the end of him. I never heard from him.
What kind of vehicle did he have, if any?
He didn't have no vehicle. Someone's just playing in the water right here.
Okay.
I'm just standing right here. All the flowers that died that were there on that.
Oh, so there were a bunch of flowers here?
A bunch of flowers right here, yeah, on this little petal. I don't know what, I guess they've all died now, but.
Okay. And where's Grandma?
Mom's standing right here.
Okay.
And I'm over here close to the edge just because summer's in the water.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Sure.
my thing.
Okay.
And she's just playing, like a normal kid would play in the water. And then Hunter came from wherever he was and come down here and was standing here. I don't want to get all wet, but
Yeah.
he was like standing here and somewhere a little bit further than pretty far apart from like me and your wife is.
Okay. Is that the TikTok video you took?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can see how far they were apart.
Yeah, I can see it. Right.
And with him sitting there saying that she fell on a rock, there's no rock. Where do you see a rock?
Right. Yeah, the only rocks I saw were right over here.
Yeah,
And then
not
up
even,
there.
Yeah, they're way over there, and I'm right here.
Okay. So this is where she is, though.
Yeah, this is where she is right here.
Okay. And how is she? What's her behavior?
All right, I'm trying to get
Jump around,
to
splashing, having
Just
fun.
what
this
happened that day.
idea of
Just to watch, and I did different things because that's how TikTok is. Splash around, and then you threw up gang signs.
and there's Can over there and stuff. Now I asked Hunter.
Give me a second, y'all.
But after we were done at the hippie house, I think
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
it's the only kind I'll buy.
Okay.
And then I stopped at the
Okay, here we go.
hippie house. It's just right over here before you cross
One
in
second.
town. But I bought that iced tea for my mother.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
told her, and we just walked on back to the truck. But I don't know where that
Alright, here we
iced tea
go.
coming from. I know
Thank
that
you,
I did buy an
Andrew.
iced
Thank you
tea
so much.
from the
Appreciate you.
smoke shop in town, but I bought that iced tea from my mother.
Okay.
And
Okay.
if she was here today, she would tell you that.
Right.
You see how good she lies? Do you see how good she lies? Look how good little can lies. Watch her.
And I
Okay.
told her, and we just walked on back to the truck. But I don't know where that iced tea coming from. I know that I did buy an iced tea
Okay.
from the
Watch this.
smoke shop in town, but I bought that iced tea from my mother.
Okay.
And
Okay.
if she was here today, she would tell you that.
Right. Right.
Grandis does not drink. And she would not tell you that can. You're lying. We know for a fact that you bought that for H,
The vapes that I bought
who was a minor.
were nicotine vapes from the hippie house
Next door.
right next door.
Okay.
Well, no, they're kind of one's further down by the mall. The smoke shop's further down by the mall where I got the IC, and the hippie house is just right over here before you cross over the bridge.
Got it. Okay. So the smoke shop where you bought the
We went to the hospital
right.
and picked up my mom,
Right.
and then we stopped at the smoke shop and I got mom that twisted tea that she wanted, and then I stopped at the hippie house and got me some smoked nicotine vapes. Is what I got.
Okay. What flavor?
I think they were Skittles
Okay.
because that's kind of like
Wait, do they have like a different
they
flavor?
actually taste like Skittles.
Okay.
It's the only kind I'll buy.
Okay.
And then we left from there and we went straight down to Walgreens and went to the drive-through. But
Here's a fashion tip. Never wear socks and sandals together, please. Flip-flops. It's annoying.
after we were done at the hippie house, I think we bought 3 of them, I think, I believe. And I set them right there on the council, and he asked for one. I said, no, you can't have none.
Did he take one?
I don't know.
Okay.
Honestly,
You know you gave him one, like you gave him alcohol, a minor, and look how good she's lying. She don't know if he took one. Huh, are you missing one?
God, I don't know.
Okay.
But then we went to the Walgreens and dropped off mom's prescription. I said, well, if we got to wait 30 minutes, why don't we just bring Summer down here and let her play for a little bit?
Okay.
And that's what we did.
Okay.
I mean, there was nothing. I honestly didn't see him drink nothing down here. I don't know what he's talking about. I really don't.
She honestly, y'all, look how good she lies. She and Don are used to it. They're used to lying. They have lied since the beginning, since they were, upright. That is how long they have lied. Candace is from the streets. Don is, I can't even with him. Not Don. I mean, he is the sneakiest, which we know all about that. Very much so. Very much so. She has said in no uncertain terms that she did not give H any alcohol, that she bought it for her mother, that if Grandis was there, she would tell you too.
No,
All right. So it's your word against his, basically.
pretty much.
Okay. On this scenario right here.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you something. H wouldn't have made something like that up. He would have never made something like that up because he was probably afraid he was going to get in trouble too. He would have never made something like that up. Just like I believe he'd never made up the call that when Don called and said someone is at our house trying to touch the, kids, it's hard to say. There's no reason. That's such a random thing. He's not going to make that up. He's not.
Okay, so from here, where do you guys go?
Walgreens to pick up my mom's prescription.
Okay, is that the Walgreens right down at the
Yeah,
edge
it's
here?
right straight across.
It's the one that I showed the other day that it's right down here?
Yeah, when we turn to come down here,
Yeah.
it's right down the corner.
Okay, and you get Mom?
Now, remember the other day whenever I was reading the article, this was the first one of the first print articles Candace ever did in an interview, and she says that because it was boiling hot outside, they didn't want to wait in the hot truck. Remember that. Just remember that for me, please. They didn't want to wait in the hot boiling truck on the prescription, so they decided to go swimming. Oh, Angel P, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you. That is so generous of you. I appreciate you. Truly. Thank you. It means a lot.
Mom's prescription.
Yep.
Then what happens?
Then I told Mom, I said, why don't we get a Sonic?
Okay.
Because it's hot out.
Right.
So we drove in there, got a Sonic.
Right across the street.
Yep, right across the street.
Okay.
And then we left from there, and I went up Moreland Drive because I had to pick up a few things. I was in the store for maybe 5 minutes.
Okay.
Grabbed some milk and some cheese, and I don't remember what else I bought.
Okay. And that's the foodless?
No,
or
priceless.
Priceless. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And then I was like, Hunter, you're not coming to the house. I'm sorry to tell you, but you're going back to your house.
Okay.
And
Now, this is what I want to say. Candace, we know that H and Summer was left in the car. She had been swimming. She had not gotten out of the car that we are aware of any time since she got out of the water. They went back to the pharmacy, they went to Sonic, and then they went to Priceless. She says it's hot out, so we went to Sonic. Remember, there's always it's hot out, so we went swimming. It's boiling, so we went swimming. It's hot, we went to Sonic. Mom doesn't like air conditioning. It's always this, right? So we know that Candace leaves Summer and H in the car. Big discrepancy right here. Huge. Candace says 5 minutes. H says at least an hour. Which one is telling the truth? Well, I'm going to say that H is telling more of the truth in my opinion, but I'm not going to give him an hour. We'll give him 30, 35 minutes, right? Because, you're sitting out there. It can take it feels a lot longer, especially if you're sitting in the Tennessee heat in the middle of June. And we know Candace has lied several times right here. Now, why does, why do cars heat up so quick, right? It's because the energy from the sun is boiling down into the interior, and the interior is releasing the heat, like off the dash and stuff. It's releasing that heat. And that's why it gets hot so quickly. And within an hour, which I showed you, even if the windows are down, there's no moving air if they're halfway down. And remember, they're sitting in the back. There's no really windows where you can roll down. Remember, they're back here. The windows are open up here. They're back here. Right? And Summer has this jacket on. a jacket. Look at this. Now, can you imagine? Can you imagine wearing a jacket that is zipped up? Why is this baby's jacket zipped up? Why is she wearing these long pants? This thing has a hood on it. It has a hood on it. We know Candace leaves kids in the car. If you ever, ever, ever see a child or an animal, an elderly a human being in the car, particularly elderly, children, animal, call 911. Who cares? Who cares what people around you think or whatever? Call 911. Have them check on them if you can't get to them. But particularly an animal or a child. Why is this kid? And another thing, I want you to look at something. Summer's head's right here. Why is her hood on the opposite side? Why is her hood on the opposite side? You would think that her hood would be in the back, or it would have been to prop her head up, like to keep it from the cold. It looks, in a sense, staged. I went to the grocery store. Were there any trees in the parking lot? There is no trees in that parking lot. None. None. Hey, Emma, good to see you, babe. Why is that hood to the side? I don't understand this. Why is it? Sorry if I got my windows wide open, if y'all can hear like a truck. The hood is an odd placement. It is an odd placement. Why is it to the side? It doesn't make any sense. How is that hood? I'm trying to think of how would that hood get like that? Hold on, watch this. There, we can flip it. See, we can flip it like this. This is flipped the opposite way. Well, she did say maybe less in his interview. I've also asked the question about the hood many times because the hood looks like someone has pulled her up with it, then let go. It does look like she has a t-shirt on under that jacket. It's such a weird way for a hood. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. And then I don't know. Now, since let me see if I can flip it before I do this. Let me see if I can. Let's see. Since Candace leaves children in hot vehicles with jackets zipped up, long pants, on a hood with a hood, and then she drops H off. H says Summer was awake. Candace says 5 minutes before they arrive to their house, this photo slash video was taken. In my opinion, it is a recipe for disaster. It is. It is a recipe for disaster. It absolutely is. If she got in herself, the hood would be down her back. Yes. Bingo. Yep. You would think. You would think, right? Look at that milk jug. It is indented. Oh, that is interesting. See, y'all are awesome. Watch this. Hold on. What did I do? What crap? I want to zoom in on it. Look at that indented milk. It's like a place to put your head there, right? See right here? Interesting, isn't it? I think something is wrong. It wasn't my catch. It was someone else that caught that. That's a very good catch. So let's think about this for a moment. You're in a truck, windows halfway down or all the way down. I often wonder if H went inside with them. If Summer was asleep and they left her in. If they didn't, then because we know that she leaves kids in the car, whether they're asleep or not asleep, I wonder, because of her behavior, knowing that she's left kids in the car before, when she got home and they were unloading the groceries and Summer had just went to sleep, according to Candace, 5 minutes prior of this video, or of this picture slash video. Did they just get the groceries and think, oh, she's going to be okay, let her sleep a little bit longer, and they just forgot about her? Let's see here. No access to window on back passenger side with all that junk there. Absolutely. Hey, Shannon, good to see you. Do you remember that Candace couldn't take the kids to doctor without Dawn's okay? I thought Candace was taking Summer to Dawn because she was ill. Mm-hmm. And there was, Grandis did tell someone, I can't remember who, that Summer wasn't feeling well that day. Plastic is molded like that. It's molded right here like that. There's a dent here that's not molded, and there's right here. And to me, it looks like, it's a little dark around here too. I don't know, Oops, sorry. Go back. Yeah, it's not an arm. We thought it was too, Nikita, but it's not. If Summer had passed in the truck, would dogs not have picked up the scent? Well, I wonder that as well. I've wondered that as well. But we know that there was not cadaver dogs on day one, or I don't even remember how many days it was before the cadaver dogs. Number two, speaking of dogs, which vehicles did they put the 13 dogs, literally 13 dogs that they had at the time? In which vehicles? And decomp does happen the moment you die. It does start taking place, but there is, it depends on where you look and who you talk to. I personally, you would have to have, in my opinion, a really good dog to know decomp as soon as someone passes. I don't see, it's something. Let me see here. Let's zoom it in. Are you talking about right here? Is that what? Oh, what'd I do? Is that what you mean by that? Let me see. 1 sec. See, I don't know. Let me try something. No, like that. Let's see here. Hold on, let me try this way smaller. just in crazy amount. Let me flip it. Sometimes you can get a better view if give me 1 second, y'all. Hmm. This is supposed to be new. It's supposed to be brand new. Black and white. See, that shows you like it darkens the stain. Maybe. That darkens the stain. Shows you more. It enhances the stain. It could be beef new, maybe from. Let me try some. We're going to go back to that picture in just a second, but I want to. All right, let's go back to. See, I'm getting thrown off. I get thrown off every time, and then I don't get to do it. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Let's. It is weird. Yeah, you can see it. Someone asked black and white. You know what's interesting to me is it. Bink, you took the words out of my mouth, Danny. Her hands look swollen or puffy, and her fingers are dirty. Her fingernails. Oh, what'd I do? Watch this. See your fingers? That's yeah, I've heard people say that. They don't look right. Like it just doesn't look right. It doesn't look right. Now, mm-mm. I believe it's far more sinister than we think, that poor baby. That's exactly right. To be swimming, you can't help but your hands, your under your nails should not be like that. Should not be like that. Right. All right. That's crazy. All right, so let's start with this. This is the Allie, Leslie, Grand Bun, obviously Chris McDonough interview. Oh, I want to talk about something. Damn it. Let me see if I can email it real quick because I want to talk about something. Because I don't think a lot of people heard about this. Give me 1 second. Because it's Hawkins County. All right, here we go. 2 seconds. I don't know anything about this case, so I'm just going to tell you up front. But this just happened in Hawkins County. Charges dropped against man previously charged with murder of 4-month-old in Hawkins County, October 26, 2023. Hawkins County, Tennessee. Charges have been dropped against a man in Hawkins County who was previously charged with unaliving in connection with a death of a 4-month-old infant. Dominic Michael Labitro, Labiter, I don't know, was charged in 2021 with first-degree unaliving, aggravated child abuse, and aggravated child neglect. The Hawkins County Court employee told News 5 that charges were dismissed Thursday following the discovery of new evidence. So, I don't know what that new evidence was, but he was, from what I understand, okay. Hold on, Kingsport News has something. Yeah, he was from, I'm just going to say allegedly, the stepfather or step boyfriend's, something like that. All right, here we go. Here's another one. Has dismissed the charges in Hawkins County with the man charged in 2021 with unaliving in the death of his girlfriend's 4-month-old daughter. And his name's Dominic, 26 of Mount Carmel, was indicted on April 2021 and charges of first-degree unaliving and aggravated child abuse in the death of Aspen Reese Shepard, which occurred on December 6, 2020. After obtaining new evidence, the DA's office filed a no or decline to prosecute. According to the DA, the 3rd Judicial District, Dan Armstrong, both sides were able to present experts that could dispute the cause of death and timeline of abuse, so that they consulted a third opinion from a neurologist. According to the neurologist report, Shepard had a skull fracture and evidence of trauma to her brain. The report states that she likely died due to the presence of cerebral edema, uh, a type of brain swelling. The neurologist gave 2 possible explanations of the cause of edema: a cardiac arrest or the response of acute trauma. His report also stated that the trauma that caused the skull fracture could have happened up to 72 hours before the development of the edema. Armstrong said this meant that, unlike what they had originally believed, uh, that uh, what's his name? Dominique was not the only person with Shepard during the time frame that the abuse could have taken place. So while the evidence does show Shepard was abused, the neurologist stated that in the report that he couldn't definitively determine that the abuse caused her cerebral edema that led to the untimely death. Armstrong said if they can bring forth charges in the future, they are to open and continue the investigation of these abuse. So there is someone in that house in Hawkins County that murdered a 4-month-old in 2020. I don't know. I mean, what's this prosecutor doing? Like, what? I mean, this 4-month-old deserves justice. Like, you can't just, I mean, you can just drop charges and not do anything, but this needs to be picked up and someone needs to be prosecuted. Who's blocking? What do you mean, who's blocking? What's going on? Okay. Got it taken care of. No worries. I got it's taken care of. Okay, no worries. So I pray that this doesn't go by the wayside. I don't know anything about that case or anything, but I just hope Hawkins County continues and further investigates, because within 72 hours that happened, and the child, a 4 months old. I see you. It's taken care of. I took care of it. No worries. Okay. All right. Or someone took care of it. For a small community, they have a lot of crimes. It's the way it seems. All right, let's continue.
Remember about that day, and I'll start first over here, Allison, because you, from my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, okay, you and Candace have been friends for about a year and a half, maybe.
About a year and a half.
And this is right after you relocated here from New York. Okay, so
No, it's been a few years after we've been here from New York for about 10 years now.
okay. In that time, help me understand what the dynamics of that relationship between you guys.
Sherry.
My mother started the friendship. She had met Candace and the kids and her mom down here at the Santa train.
And you have a good Irish name.
Thank you.
I'm McDonough, so Cladow ring.
They had met Candace down at the Santa train.
Okay.
And then she slowly introduced Candace to us and her mother.
Okay. So that your introduction to Candace was through your mom. So what was that? What was your first impression?
Someone that was looking for a friendship. Nice, you know.
Yep. A good person.
Yeah.
Just out looking for a friend. Okay. And over time, how did that friendship evolve?
We got close. She was like a sister to me. And those kids meant the world to me. Little Summer still does. Even the boys. It just kills me that she's gone. And, you know,
Candace was dirty and washed, and she did let her kids run all over and didn't make them mind.
So, and did that strike you?
Yes, and I did not like her.
Okay. And you're a great grandma, so you have that sense on whether you can tell, right? I mean, knowing, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, when were the highs and when were the lows?
we did. She had went to Utah.
So it sounded like Grand Bun and Leslie did not care for Candace whatsoever. It was more Allie and
Wisconsin.
Sherry.
Over the summertime. She came back just before school started for the kids. And we did family things with my kids and her kids.
Right.
And over time it's just started falling apart.
And how much time do you think it took?
A couple months for me to realize.
And what did you realize?
She was using me.
Okay, describe that for me.
Let's see, I put food in her house to feed her kids and her and her mom. I've had money come up missing, which I never told anyone.
Okay.
And it's pretty obvious where it went because there's only 3 adults in the house at the time. The rest were kids. Kids can't go down in the store because there's not one that's here. So where'd it go?
And where did you think the money was going?
I don't
What's your gut?
know. Probably drugs.
Okay. What kind of drugs?
Well, she came out and told me she was a recovering meth addict.
Okay.
Hmm?
You know, she doesn't strike me as having the characteristics of somebody who is obviously under the influence of meth all the time. Sorry? Booze. Does she drink a lot?
Oh yeah, every night at 5:30.
I'm not saying she didn't do meth. Don't misunderstand me, right? I mean, I don't
She never
know.
did it for me. She always smoked weed.
Okay. Yeah.
And,
Who
she
doesn't
drinks-
smoke weed today, though, right?
Thank you,
Yeah,
Stacy.
me neither.
Thank
Yeah,
you so much. 14
yeah.
months.
So we got 4 at the table here.
Thank you.
Okay.
And
I can't afford it.
she drinks every night.
At least Leslie said
She
she's
drinks a
on.
nice sized bottle of R&R
Okay.
every night.
Okay.
I mean a nice sized jar.
How about a lot of times in this area, I know there's a big meth problem. What other kind of drugs are on the streets up here? How are pills doing up here?
Yeah.
And what kind of pills?
Oh no, I don't really hear about the pills. I hear about the meth.
Leslie?
Well, you hear pain pills,
Opioids? Like oxy?
and that pain patch. They said on the news the other day that it's running rapid here.
Fentanyl.
Yeah, the fentanyl patches.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, here in West Virginia, right? I mean, West Virginia, there's a town, and they had like 22 people OD on fentanyl in a single day. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. So at some point, 3 or 4 months into it, correct me if I'm wrong, okay, your relationship kind of dissolved, but it maintained.
Longer than
It
that.
was longer than that.
It was the start of the second year.
It was about the end of August, early September.
Okay.
And then I really cut ties at the end of September, early October.
In that time, how was she treating the children?
She'd smack them and beat them.
Describe that.
Well, let's see. One time her son wanted a drink. She said no. He threw a fit on the floor, so she went over and wailed his ass.
Is that normal? Would you describe that as a mom, from your mom's position? Would that be out of the norm, or even that raised your eyebrows?
It raised my eyebrows. Like, I don't beat my kids.
Okay. Did you say anything to her?
I said, what'd you do for?
But in between this, should ask Leslie. Because Leslie was there before all this.
So you've known Candace longer.
No.
Oh.
No, I met Candace on her birthday. See, me and her worked together.
Okay.
So I came over for her birthday party. And they had a swimming pool up out back. It's a little swimming pool.
What's going on? What's going on in chat? What's wrong, Connie? Hold on. Let me see what's going on. Why doesn't she? There's 2 Connie. Listen, there can be more than one Connie. I mean, there's more than one Justin. Hold on, let me see. Leah. What's wrong, honey? Connie S is a member. She's always in here. Yeah, she used a different name before. She can use a different name before, though. It doesn't matter. I mean, people change their names all the time. Is Connie S still here? Yeah, Connie S. Can you type something? Okay, I'll try to get a. Thank you, my dear. Appreciate you. Right, right. Thank you so much, Annie. Appreciate you. I don't want anybody to. You know, we never have this problem in chat, so it's. There absolutely is 2 Connies in chat. Yes. Yeah, we have the Connie the member and Connie S the member. She said she was. Thank you, Sheba. And then Connie. Oh, there's 2 Connie S's. Okay. But one's a member. Mhm. Thank you, Mind Games. Love you too. All right. If Connie S, the member, yeah, that's. I mean, I know Connie. Yeah, I agree. All right, we're going to continue, and if the other Connie comments, let me know. But I don't want to hear any more Connies fighting with each other. Please be kind. You know, there can be one more, there can be more than one Connie. Thank you, Julie. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Connies, let's calm down. Calm down, Connies. Calm down.
And her kids and Candace's kids was playing in the pool. And some of the kids had got out and was eating a snack while we was cooking hamburgers and stuff. And 2 of her boys was in the pool and they was
Listen to
horseplaying.
this.
And this really, what she done really got to me.
Okay.
I mean, they're kids. They're going to play in the pool.
Right.
They're going to get rough. You know, they're boys.
Right.
And because they got rough, horse playing in the pool, she made them get out. And back here behind the house, there's a driveway. And she made the 2 boys get out of the pool, wet, and lay down, stomach down on blacktop.
It was hot. Really hot.
That left an impression with you.
It left an impression so bad. I looked at her and Allison's mom, Sherry. I said, I do not like this straight up.
Mm-hmm.
And I told Allison, I said,
I wish Leslie was still alive. It's hard. It's difficult, you know, because Leslie she saw a lot. You know what I mean? She really did. Yeah.
This swimming pool is going down. I said, those kids did not deserve that.
Mhm.
I walked out, picked the swimming pool up, and dumped it. Turned around and walked back in the house. I did not want to be around her the rest of the evening. I didn't, because if I would have been, honestly, I would have went to jail.
Yeah, I mean, it was flip the pool or flip Candace. Leslie's yeah, Leslie passed a while ago. It's been over, has it been a year? It's probably been over a year, hasn't it?
Right.
And you want to ask me how I felt about that? That is abuse. Those children could have got seriously burnt.
Right. No, I agree. I agree that if that ground is just unbelievably hot.
And with them being wet,
Right. Yeah, it's just like oil and water and grease. It's just
And-
I mean, you can cook like an egg on, you know, the pavement and stuff. That is terrible. That is terrible. And I believe Leslie. I completely believe her. Barb, they did many times, and she's going to talk about that, and that's where I'm really going to hone in on this interview.
fries them up. How did she react?
she just laughed.
She doesn't care.
She doesn't care.
She doesn't care.
Her and her mom both just laughed.
Well, that certainly has left an impression on you, Leslie.
Yes, it does. I don't like her. I
Okay.
have nothing for her.
SL, thank you so much. Thank you for gifting 5 memberships. If you was one of the ones that got one of the 5 memberships from either SL or Angel P today, please give SL and Angel P a big thank you. That's very kind of them.
Right.
And I told that one right there when we was at work.
Right.
Every day she was off work, she was at Walmart spending money for them.
Okay.
Every day.
For the children. I know what you mean by for them, for the children, am I right? I mean, helping the kids move forward.
Those kids all
Sorry, I'll quit pausing in a second, but I was listening to Chris in another he was talking about whenever he went up, his experience about when he went, they left the horse pond and they were going to Ben Hill with Candace. Candace stopped at the Dollar General and she went in, and Chris and Karen were outside in the truck. And Candace was on the phone, and she comes back out, and Chris said that you could tell she was delaying something. Which, why are you delaying something? You know what I mean? You know that feeling when someone's trying to delay something. And she said, "Oh, I forgot something." And she went back in the store on her phone, and she was in there for about another 15 minutes. And she came out with 2 pizzas. Which is interesting. 2 pizzas. Now, why is she delaying them to go up on Ben Hill Road? Was Dawn up there? Was she fighting with Dawn, saying, you know, I'm coming up? Were they trying to clean up the house? I don't know, you know, like hide something. I don't know. It's just weird. The boys were no longer in their custody at that time. Yes. I do believe Don was home. I showed that video the other day when Chris and Karen pulled up to the with the, I don't know what it's called. I need to close my windows. There's sirens. When they pulled up, the door was more closed, and then you check a little bit later when they come out of the house and the door is more open. Interesting. How Candace was stalling. Yeah, I do believe Don was in the area. I just think he wasn't going to do that interview with Chris that day.
All they would eat is dollar pizzas.
How do they have the cars that they drive? That kind of stuff.
The ones that are on the property, see, I only knew that at first when I first met them, I only knew that Candace had a green Suburban. Donnie had a black truck, which Candace had sold when she came back from her trip from Wisconsin. She sold her husband's truck because he took his white truck with him to.
When was the trip to Wisconsin? Does anyone know?
Utah.
Okay.
And there's other trucks on the property too that were not sold yet. There was a blue one that used to sit as you came out her front door. It used to sit right there in the yard.
Okay.
Next to the tree where the swing was.
Okay.
That's been moved over by the mother's trailer.
Since the incident?
Get it right, the mother's camper.
Well, the mother's camper, I call it trailer. But from what I've seen in the pictures, it's been moved over by the camper.
Yeah, but it didn't have any wheels.
It didn't have no wheels, no insides. It didn't even have an engine.
So let's talk about the
house
day.
was filthy.
Yes.
So you tell her that. You tell him
The
that.
house was nasty.
I didn't go up there because I didn't like her. So I always stay here.
What's your impression of Dawn?
Yeah. He seemed like an outgoing guy at first, he had.
Like, I believe Allie was probably a lazy parent, you know what I mean? But Allie's house was clean. It was always, thank you, Barb, for becoming a member, my dear. Thank you. Do they still have the red Suburban? You mean green? No, they don't. Allie's house it's clean. We went there and they weren't home, but you could, like, we looked in the window, or Marissa looked in the window, and you could see like the Christmas tree and everything was nice. That's it was clean then around Christmas, and you could see like, so yeah.
Has his problems.
Like we all do,
Yep.
right?
He loved Summer to death.
Yeah.
That was his pride and joy.
Yeah.
That was his pride and joy.
Is he still around?
Yeah, she
There's
bought
a
it for
rumor that
$1,000.
he's kind of evaporated. Is that true? If you know.
The last time I knew he was around.
Okay. And of course, you know how things are. People don't know unless they're here, right?
He's been acting a little loony on Facebook lately.
Yeah. Oh boy.
And on his interviews on TV.
Right.
Like, first he started saying stuff about God and how he wanted the people that stole his daughter punished by cruel means, and then he went to saying something about Jezebel, and now everyone has to answer to the prophet. Like,
Jezebel. God, he's hooked up with the right people. Oh, Dang talks about Jezebel all the time.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he has really hurt his
Jezebel,
family.
Satan stinker.
By throwing me and my son under the bus. Oh,
Well, people do different things. Penny, for your thoughts, Leslie.
Don says he went to work in the Subaru. That's what he says.
Where you at?
Honestly, I think Candace done something to her because Candace was jealous of that little baby.
Why though? Why would?
Because that baby was getting Donnie's attention.
Okay. So it's a pull between dad or the child.
see, and a little
Is
dark,
that right? Is that what you're saying?
and a little dark secret that no one knows. Candace's mom told me this one. When they found out that they were pregnant with Summer, Candace's mom was supposed to adopt Summer
Because she was a girl.
because she was a girl.
Oh,
They wanted
interesting.
boys. She wanted boys. But Donnie,
Wanted a girl.
Yeah.
And he got his girl.
Yeah.
So let's.
Honestly, I don't feel that Donnie has anything to do with it. I may be wrong.
I completely disagree with Leslie on this. I think Don is he's number one in my book. But Don already has a girl. This is, Summer was not his first girl. Now, remember what he said about his oldest daughter, about she didn't go whining, she didn't go crying. Right?
Was he at work that day? Do you know?
we don't know for sure.
Okay.
When she would have Summer,
A big old negative, Don. Tell the truth. You didn't go to work at 8:00 in the morning. You wasn't at work all day long. You fired the only person that worked with you. Remember, Tucker, they do all kinds of building and remodeling and all that stuff. They have several crews. Don is an independent contractor. Nobody is over his shoulder. I think he went to wherever they was working at, somewhere close by, another crew, so they could, oh, here we are. You see me, I'm here. Oh, yeah. TBI told H that Don had not been confirmed at work that day. Well, Tucker Drywall said they was the only thing we have ever heard from Tucker Drywall is from, what was that place? I played him the other day, that they were cooperating fully with the FBI and TBI about the investigation.
even here, and if I was here, I would keep my distance because I didn't like the way she done her kids.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's like, call DCS, call DCS. DCS has been called so many times on this woman, it's not even funny.
Justin, no one has talked about when the reporter was announcing Summer missing. Remember when the horse was running off? I think that is where Summer was. That is not related. That is after Summer went missing. It was just an odd thing to say they were nowhere around the horse stables or anything. They were actually close to Hawkins, close to 110. Ben Hill Road. But this is the most important thing here that I want y'all to listen to right here.
Day? Do you know?
We don't know for
Keep
sure.
listening
Okay.
about the CPS.
When she would have summer, even here, and if I was here, I would keep my distance.
Hey Connie, I'm sorry things were going on. Don't worry. Everything is fine. I'm sorry whatever happened. You guys you're a member and I appreciate you and thank you for being here, and everyone's always welcome here. Hey Brandy, good to see you. Everyone is always welcome here. Absolutely always welcome. So yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, here it is. Listen to this very carefully.
Because I didn't like the way she done her kids.
Mhm.
And everybody's like, call DCS, call DCS. DCS has been called so many times on this woman, it's not even funny. So what the Facebook people don't realize, there has been people try to step in.
No.
She avoids them.
Sure.
Like
Sure.
the plague.
Okay. Okay.
Have been called so many times, it's not even funny. What the Facebook people don't know is that she avoids them, and we have known this. Candace has done this since, her, Wisconsin days, right? Now, listen to what Allie says next.
She would see them pull in her driveway, she would lock the door and not let them in.
So they're
I mean, what are
Then
we
they would make
supposed to do?
appointments with
yeah,
them
right. I get it.
to come back and do their house check and, the pee test and
Michelle, thank you so much for becoming a member, my love. Thank you. Appreciate it. And they, meaning CPS, would make appointments with them. Now, there is different reasonings why they make appointments. And like I talked to my girlfriend, which we're in a different state than they are, but when she says appointments, it's not so much as, oh, when can I pencil you in? It's not that. It's more of, we're going to leave a note on your door or a letter, and you're going to be here at this certain time at this certain day, and if you're not, then we're going to escalate it and we're going to call the police. The police is going to show up or whatever. So that is what I believe was happening. They will also I think that's also why the supervisor was there on June 14th. I agree. Hey, Jude. I agree. Linda, it's very possible. It's very possible. I think that Dawn says that CPS was there the 14th, the same day that CPS is there. He fires the only person that works with him, the only person that could really confirm his alibi. That morning, Dudley says he was sitting in the bathtub, looked like he'd lost his best friend. The 15th, 24 hours later, Summer Moon Utah Wells goes missing June 15th, 2021. Dawn takes his wife's car at a certain time, place where he says that he's working, because that's his alibi. That is correct. If you have nothing, people who have nothing to hide, hide nothing. Always remember that. The rural areas always, yes. What's going on? Candace doesn't watch herself for kids. Yeah. Hold on, let me check something. Yes, there is reports. Okay, Connie, yes. I understand, and everyone is entitled, is welcome to be here, but she is a member of this channel as well. And, it's just the way it is. I'm sorry, everyone is always welcome to be here, but nothing personal against you or anything, but just please drop it. And we're talking about summer. We never ever have a problem in here, like ever.
They would avoid them.
So I have a question for you. That day, walk me through what you remember.
I remember her showing up that morning.
And what time was that?
About 10, between 10 and 10:30.
All right.
She asked if Hunter could go fishing with her in summer because her mother was in the emergency room because of her knee.
Okay.
Because I guess a couple weeks back, I took her a trip to Gatlinburg and the boys were kicking the grandmother in the knee.
Oh my.
She didn't have the boys with them that day.
She didn't have any of the boys.
So it was just Summer and Candace.
And
Grandma.
Yep.
Was Grandma in the truck as well, or in the vehicle?
Not when they first picked Hunter up, no.
Okay, so she comes over.
Was at the hospital.
Okay, so she comes over. What vehicle is she driving?
She was driving her mom's Silverado.
Okay, that's what I remember you saying. That's why I said truck. Okay, so she pulls up, and does she stop where? Right out front.
Between the pole and my mailbox.
Okay.
To pick Hunter up.
All right.
She came in, she goes,
Now, this is upsetting to me because Allie didn't go out. And she later says that she lied. Why?
Me for a little while. I said, sure.
Did she text you before?
No, she just
showed up.
Yep.
How did that strike you?
She was always trying to show up and talk to me. She was the first. When me and her stopped talking, she was stopping by my mom's, talking to the kids, talking to my mom, unexpectedly, And, I didn't think anything of it at that time. I'm like, okay, yeah, Hunter can go fishing. He loves Summer to death. That's like his little sister.
They're budge.
Yep. She's like a daughter to me. And, I didn't hear from him for a while.
Brandy, that's a good question. What other spot was Summer drawn to on the property? I have not heard of any other spot per se. That's an interesting question. She did chase like the boys with the mowers and the but that's not like a particular spot, you know what I mean? Justin, do you think the 14th CPS was bringing Summer back? Don made comments after Summer got gone that someone took Summer when they had. I don't think that they took Summer whatsoever. In my opinion, I think they maybe gave. Okay, so we know that Don had like microwaves in where he was working, and he was allegedly staying at some of the properties because Don, from what I understand, Don was not supposed to be at the house the days leading up to Summer disappearing. And Dudley also talks about this as well. Sometimes CPS, if they are investigating someone in the home, particularly if there's allegations of abuse, while they are investigating, they will say, okay, in order for us not, we can either take the kids, y'all can stay together, or if this person moves out and he or she does not return, then they will allow the kids to stay. Why was Don not supposed to be there? This happens quite often in CPS. Uh, this is significant. Everything points to Don. I agree. And I agree. Hey, Jude, thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate you. Welcome to the family. Justin, do you think it was an accident, or do you think Don Candace purposely had something to do with Summer's disappearance? I don't know at the end of the day. I personally feel like this. I mean, I have a couple theories, but my number one theory is Don. It points to Don. His past, the day that it happened, the days leading up to it. But I think this boils down, in my opinion, to CPS. And I also think that is why Don has this major, major chip on his shoulder, because he doesn't like YouTubers. He does not like YouTubers, right? But he says the only people that's worse than the YouTubers is CPS. I mean, he's literally saying that CPS kidnapped his daughter. CPS does not kidnap anyone. It's insanity. Thank you, Mary Jane. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, my love. It's very kind of you. Yeah, he loves to hate. Yeah. But in my opinion, this either is something CPS related, and if it's not CPS related, then it was some type of accident. Hold on, I need to close my window. Don loves to blame YouTubers for talking to Summer to Don loves to blame YouTubers for talking or taking Summer to okay. He has blamed they have blamed everyone about under the sun other than themselves. Remember, they don't cooperate with their daughter's investigation. Like, okay, Brandy, I think she's still in here. Brandy is at every single press conference. She's calling since day one. She's hanging up flyers. She's busting her ass, working, taking care of her family, and still doing all the things for Monkey Michael Vaughn. Thanks, Daily, so much for the membership. It's very kind of you, my dear. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Always Right. Thank you so much for your super sticker. You're very kind. It's good to see you. Thank you, Barb. He wants friends more than finding summer sickos. Yes. Don particularly says, we can be friends. See, it's not about being friends with Don or Candace. It's about finding their daughter, and it's just weird.
She dropped Hunter off between 2 and 2:30, right where your truck is.
Okay.
But her front end was facing the telephone pole.
So she's going this direction.
Yes.
Okay.
When she dropped Hunter off, it was her mom, Hunter, and Summer. And Summer was leaning against 2 gallons of milk.
Okay.
I said, "Oh, look at her." I asked her how Summer was, and she was sleeping.
What side of the back seat was she at? Do you remember?
Hunter was on the driver's side, and Summer was right there in the middle.
Okay, so it made sense if she's pulling this way that Hunter's going to get out on this side. Okay, it makes sense. Okay. And so she's on the other side or in the middle?
She's in the middle.
Okay.
Like against the milk. Gallons of milk.
Yep, against the 2 gallons of milk.
Okay.
And I said, "Oh, look at her." I said, "Isn't she hot?" I said, "I wish I could wake her up and, give her a hug." No, you can't.
The thing that confuses me here, because Allie later said that she made this up. She really didn't go out and see him. But you see, like, Grand Bun adding to the story, and then you see her watching intently on what Allie's saying, and she's like, yep. That's always kind of been perplexing to me. I don't know if it's because Allie told Grand Bun this and she's just like going along with it. Wasn't Arlene married to his cousin? Pamela, I've heard that. I think you might know about that more than me on that, because I think I do remember hearing, but I don't think it has anything to do with personally. We're not wet. Why does it not make sense that Skittles were not wet and neither was the seat he was sitting on? Yes, and there was supposed to be a pillow, right?
And the windows were up.
What did Hunter say? Because he was sitting next to her.
Hunter said she was alive.
Okay.
That they were watching TikTok videos.
Oh, interesting.
When they went into the store,
Yep.
they were
Because Hunter has a timeline of where they went and what they did. And they had stopped at the store before they dropped Hunter off. That's where the 2 gallons of milk came from.
Okay.
And the groceries.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to interrupt your timeline of that day.
Why did she say he was alive? Yeah. Yeah. And would, like if he says that, Summer was active and they were watching TikTok together, but could the heat have gotten too much? I don't know. It's just weird to have a jacket on a child and pants and the jacket be zipped up in the back of a truck. I don't understand it. There's not air conditioning. You can't roll a window down in the back.
But I want to suggest they need to go to the Walmart on Fort Henry
Okay.
and have them look back at the cameras because
It's Westbourne Drive. She can't go to Fort Henry.
she got escorted out for the way she was yelling at those kids. Don't you remember?
Oh, yeah.
That day?
Think about that. She got escorted out because of how she was talking to those kids.
No. Prior to that,
Okay.
she had gotten arrested. Well, cited on Walmart on Fort Henry Drive property.
Okay.
Her and my mom went to Walmart, and they had the kids with them. And she wanted them to help her fix a cell phone that she had bought from there. They told her they couldn't do it. Well, I guess she got really mad and upset, and she said,
she went down the toilet.
well, first before she went down 12, she said something about blowing this place up.
Oh. Yeah.
So they got security.
Tactical error, right?
So they got security. Security called 911.
See, everyone's always like, oh, Can, so sweet. She's so sweet. God, when I look into her eyes, I just see greatness. She is just the sweetest thing I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, she probably is to you. But talk to the Walmart manager. Look at her record. Talk to people who know her. Talk to the school, the people that witnessed her backhanding Summer in the school parking lot. Talk to them. Because I'm going to tell you something. Sweet mother, dearest Candace was not good to them. That's not even debatable. Were there good times? Of course. Of course there were good times. I'm sure. But don't you remember me playing Candace or Summer is so excited about going through a tunnel. They were on a road trip. Summer's like, tunnel. You know, kids love going through tunnels. And I don't know if it was Candace or Grandis, but they said, what did they say? Summer, if you don't shut that mouth, I'm going to pop it. Think about that. Something so simple as a kid being excited about going through a freaking tunnel. She was going to get popped in the mouth for it if she did it again. She squealed from excitement. What? Can you imagine these people any other time? They took it out on the kids. Thank you, Charlotte. D and C are abusive, addicted criminals. It's no accident. There is a bit of true in all of their lives, in my opinion. Thank you, Charlotte. And I agree. Who says a kid squealing? Oh my God. I am like the biggest, I'm like, yay, let's do the tunnel. She's like, Summer, you do that again, I'm going to pop you in the mouth. Summer, it infuriates me because I'll have to get it again and play it. She squeal like literally, how kids, 4 and 5-year-old kids, they squeal. You know. Who does that? You will hear it, Allie. They use 2 vehicles to go to the waterfalls. I don't know. Well, I don't think I think it was Grandis, in my opinion. Darlene, thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you. Very kind of you. Thank you. Welcome. Regardless, whoever it was, Candace, Grandis, Allie, Sally, whoever. Even if it wasn't Candace, and someone said that to your kid, just squealing from excitement, especially some outsider. Mm-mm. Sad, man.
Sure.
They let her go their own way in the store. They found them in the toy aisle, brought them up front to the security room, and she was arrested, but she wasn't put in handcuffs or taken them to central office for booking
Because of COVID.
because of COVID. She was released on a ticket,
Got it. OR.
and
Own
she's banned.
reconnaissance.
I guess she's banned from that one.
Okay. So let's go back to the truck share. Summer's on the other side with the melt. Hunter gets out. You ask Hunter, or you talk to Candace about wanting to talk to Summer.
Yep.
What happens?
She said no. I wasn't allowed to wake her up.
Okay. So she's sleeping?
To me, she appeared sleeping.
Okay. Did it look like to you she was sleeping?
At the time, yes.
Okay.
But now that I look back on it,
If Allie is lying here, this is so damaging. So damaging to the case to make up something like this. So irresponsible to say she was asleep and that, I mean, even, that's not even being fair to Candace at that point. She's saying that she's asleep and Candace said, you can't even, you can't wake her up, and she zoomed out. Be truthful about it. Did Summer get a drink from Sonic or only 3? They said she got a drink. I don't see a drink back there or anywhere else. Yes, Allie admitted lying. That's terrible. Because at the end of the day, no matter who it is, who did this, and we all may have our suspicions, we don't know. And the number one thing to find Summer is to find the truth.
I really don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
And it just tells me. Because, now that I look back.
Jesse and I bet you they are the type to ask for handfuls of those peppermints. Can I have more of those peppermints? I need more of those peppermints. Are they free? I'll take all of them.
Back on it, it's like, was she really alive? Was she sleeping?
What's your gut as a mom? I mean, with Hunter coming in and saying, Mom, we were watching TikTok videos. I mean, for her to hurt her between the TikTok video stop and home here with Hunter in the car, that would have been kind of crazy, right?
Yeah, I believe she was alive here.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, where would you put her being alive?
10
And where would Hunter put her?
out of 10.
Okay.
Because he sat here and he said where exactly what they were doing. She was giggling, watching TikToks and everything. And he said she fell asleep because she was tired. And that was right before they pulled up. So.
And then what happened?
They left her around 2:30.
How long were they here?
About 5-10 minutes.
Did she get out of the truck?
Nope.
Stayed in the truck?
They had to go right away. They wouldn't.
They were parked out there for about 5 minutes because I was talking to them.
I know, but when you started to ask them, they.
Yeah, I said, well, you want to come up on the porch and,
Hang out.
Yeah, like.
And thank you for the invitation, by the way, to come up on your porch. It's very kind.
Because I wanted to hear how the fishing trip went and everything. That's when I found out that they went swimming instead of fishing.
Okay. She told you they went swimming.
Yep.
And where'd she tell you they went?
Stable.
At the Warriors Path at the stables.
Okay. At the stables. You're in the back seat. Hunter gets.
Now, remember, if you've been watching this since the beginning of this stream, we talked about how I personally believe Candace and H planned this the night before. Like I said, Candace just happens to be sitting at the hospital, and Candace and H haven't talked allegedly in a long time because of the fight, right? And Candace says she puts that bathing suit on Summer before she leaves that morning at 7:15, 7:30 in the morning, which is an odd thing if you don't have plans of going swimming. And then they or H says he's got or Candace changes Summer at his house, and that is when they plan on going swimming or fishing. And when they get to Grandis's, they change it to swimming for whatever reason, which makes no sense. And then they get to the pharmacy, and since they have to wait 30 minutes and cross every pharmacy in that town to get to a pharmacy that is directly across from the what's it the park where the horse pond is, they go swimming. Literally, here is I've done a live on it in Hawkins County. Here is the pharmacy, a road with a stoplight, a four-way intersection, and then the entrance to the park. Y'all planned that the night before. Y'all planned that the night before. Because you're saying 3 different times y'all was planning on going swimming or fishing. 1, when you first wake up and you put a bathing suit on your child. 2, at H's house. 3, when you're in the drive-through. Which, in my opinion, well, H says he was up nearly all night. They were talking, Candace and H, in my opinion. Now, if this was pre-planned, if we'd have no idea if it was, is, or not. We have no idea. But I'm saying if it was, remember, CPS came the 14th. Dawn fired Dudley on the 14th. That was the day he was in the bathtub. Looked like he had lost his best friend that morning. That evening, he fires Dudley. CPS comes that day. That night, between the 14th of the evening to the 15th in the morning, early hours, in my opinion, she had to be talking to H. Only law enforcement knows. And Candace and H, of course. Could Dawn and or Candace been planning that day out? I don't know. I don't know. But I know that fishing / swimming is very odd. You don't put a bathing suit on a child at 7:15 or 7:30 in the morning and plan on sitting for hours in the middle of a pandemic. You'd have no idea how long you're going to be sitting there, and just happen to pick a minor up, give him alcohol and vapes that you haven't seen in ages, while he allegedly texts you and says, "Hey, what are you doing?" "Oh, I'm just literally 3 minutes down the road." "What are you doing?" I don't know, but literally hours. Don says CPS showed up in the evening hours on the 14th. They may have came later because they knew they would be home probably then. And then I wonder if that's when they were worried about something with Summer. It's very odd. Make me laugh, very possible. Remember, they say that this case and CPS are intertwined, intermingled, overlap. Why? Why? Thank you, Candy. They have been laws broken. It is against the law to give kids alcohol and vapes. It absolutely is, Candy Lee. It absolutely is. I think after CPS left, that day, at least 2 of them were planning. Maybe just 1, but I think there was some planning going on the evening of the 14th and the night of the 15th. Please look at the seatbelt location. When did they move her and the milk to Wall? Exactly. When did that happen? Well, let's go back to this. And I don't know if you was watching ups in the beginning. Hold on. Make this smaller. But why is her hood to the side? Why is her hood to the side like that? Why is her coat zipped up? And how did it get placed? The milk and all of that. How did it get moved? If she put that coat on by herself, it would have been behind her. It's facing, the hood is facing an uphill, right? And it's slanted. It's facing uphill. It should be facing this way, because that's the way you naturally listen. Okay. Damn, do I have a hood anywhere? Hold on a second. All right. I don't got a hood, but I got this shirt. If I'm laying, right? I'm laying. You see how, right? She's laying like this. The hood is like this. Right? It falls, the hood falls toward the way I'm laying, right? Let's put this behind me, right? Put this behind me, right? We're going to just pretend this is a hood on my head, all right? Now I'm going to lay, right? It naturally falls the way you lay. This hood is going to fall the way you lay. Gravity, right? Why, if Summer laid down, if she laid down by herself, she laid down by herself, why isn't that hood on the milk? At least, why is it behind her? Not if you slide. Well, yes, but it's not scrunched. It is straight. It is straight up. You would think it would be scrunched. It is so straight. It's possible. I mean, you could slide, yes. Shoulder. That is true. If you did slide, you could do that too. If she slid, it would fall in her face. I don't know. I'm going to find, I've got this, I know this brand and stuff, but I'm going to find the material and I'm going to buy a coat that's made out of the same material, and I'm going to do an experiment. Her hands look somewhat pulled a phone from there. I don't know what that means. I think that was from the house, right? This was 5 minutes before getting to the house. And yes, if she did slide, it could have went up. Yes. That is true. But I'm going to have to do more experiments. There's some dents and stuff here that I'm just going to. It's such an unusual goose egg on left temple. A lot of people say that. I don't. Hold on one second. Where's my. What do y'all think? I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Could be shadowing, absolutely. What looks the strangest to me out of all of this is her hands. Is that, see, this right here? I don't know if that's her ear, if that's a shadow. It's like a dark spot. It would be where her ear is. It might be just like the part of her ear. The thing, people say it's blood right there. I don't know, but let me fix this. Let me show you. One second. Oops, just dropped some. Hold on. Her lips to me, and I'll be the first to say, I absolutely, in my opinion, feel like Summer is alive here. I completely feel like she is alive in this picture. That is based upon my experience of working in funeral homes and volunteering for hospice. Okay. But that doesn't, I could be wrong. I, however, feel very confident that she is alive in this photo. Very, very confident. Now, that doesn't mean she's not in distress or whatever, but her lips look very dry to me. Her lips look very dry. And I don't know if it's just the way that the photo is, but it looks like there's like a, I don't know. You would think being in a hot truck with a coat on and pants. She would look more flush, like hot. You know, Summer to me would she's really pale, and us really pale people, when we get hot, our cheeks get red, especially kids. I've wondered that myself. There's some filters in there. In 20-minute ride, you think she would flip the other way. Yeah, Summer is, you're looking at it, 80 degrees here. Who puts a coat on a child that's 80 degrees outside? It doesn't make sense. Like, I don't care if you're cold-blooded or hot-blooded or whatever. You don't see this. You don't see it. You don't see a coat in the back of a truck that was just sitting for anywhere from probably 30 minutes up to an hour in the back of a truck. The right arm pinned. A lot of people talk about that. Hold on. Let's hold on. Give me 1 second. Make it a little smaller. Right. Mhm. I don't think it's pinned, in my opinion. I don't think it's pinned per se. That's my opinion, though. I could be completely, but the problem is why is the milk moved? The box on top of the milk. Um, it's see the it's not to me. It's just the fact of this milk right here could very well leak, right? It's sideways. I don't know if you've ever had a jug of milk go. Oh, let me make it larger. If you ever had a jug of milk go sideways, but they leak. They'll leak a lot of times. Why are you stacking this literally sideways and this up? She had all right. All right, so let's talk about this. Not if the cover is on. Oh, many times if it is, it'll still seep out the side. Absolutely. Still will many times. All right. So, let's think about this. What Brandy say? I miss Brandy. They didn't sell that milk at the time. Now they could have sold it at the time Summer went missing. I don't know. But let's think of this. Let's think of this. This milk. All right, you're putting milk in the back of your car. Right? Where are you going to put the milk? Where would you put the milk? Don't think about this picture. You're putting it in the back, not the back of the truck. I'm talking about the back. Where are you going to put it? Bingo. You're going to put it on the floor. Floorboard. Yep. Exactly. All right. Now, let's think about this. Let's be Candace for a moment. You put them on the seat instead. All right. Which A could fall over and hit the floorboard, right? Which can cause a mess, right? But why are you for if Summer would have had, in my opinion, to have been asleep before these jugs were placed this way. Because you're naturally not going to place these jugs this way. It's an unnatural way to place milk. It's an unnatural way to place milk. You don't lay 1 gallon of milk on the side right here and lay one on top of it. Right? So, in my opinion, someone, before taking this picture and this photo, see, we're looking at Summer, but we need to look at the milk, in my opinion. Someone would have had to have laid a milk this way and a milk this way and placed Summer to the side there. Because you're naturally not going to just lay a milk on its side and right here on top of it. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Maybe the jug fell over. Well, it may have fell. It's possible it could have fell over, but how did it one fall on top of it? You get what I mean? We need to go back to H's interview and see what he says about that. Hold on. One sec. Give me 1 second. Let me go find this. Let's see what H says. Hold on. I have no idea where it is, so we're going to have to do a lot of skipping, but we got to find what he says here.
Right.
And you want to ask me how I felt about that?
Okay, this is the...
Put her being alive.
10. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, here we
That's
go.
what
Kids kept kicking her leg, and she has supposedly a plastic knee or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so they took her to the hospital. And then, like I said, I dapped up. We went inside, talked about it. And then she said, "Do you want to go fishing summer?" I said, "Do you care if I come with?" Because it's summer. And I treated her like a little sister.
Right.
And she said, "You got..." I mean, I think it's because I show her a lot of attention.
Fishing, because Summer's going fishing.
No, it's on Fort Henry Drive.
Okay, so
We're gonna
it's the
find it. Just give me
Walgreens
1
by the Warrior Park.
Yeah,
That one is you come out and it's right.
Where does he say?
Well, I don't even know if he was working at the time.
Okay.
But if he was working, he obviously wouldn't know that.
Exactly.
He was just something with an A.
And tell me about that conversation.
All I heard was...
And how did you hear it?
I heard because I asked her why he called.
Okay.
The only thing that she told me from the phone call is that there was some dude, Andrew, Anthony, Andy, whatever it was. Just the name A.
Okay.
That's all I remember. Is that he's been up on the property for a week or two, trying to, like, I guess she said, touch the little kids. That's what I was told.
He's trying to have what?
Touch the little kids.
Touch the kids?
Like give him a hug or something. I don't know.
What do you think? Do you think that's true?
I mean, it could be because she's had this. Name was Billy, right? Yes, Billy. Billy was up there doing that stuff until we got arrested.
And Billy is the brother.
But then she told me about that. I was like, how does he even know that if he's supposedly working?
And what is she? Where'd she get the cigarettes?
All right, so you know that Walgreens, right?
Yeah.
sitting on the passenger side where she was sitting.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's a discount tobacco store.
All right, here we
by,
go.
Is that place? I think it's by that McDonald's maybe.
Okay.
And KFC. No, it's up by Long John Silver's.
Okay. Okay.
It's like right across from it.
And where's Grandma sitting in the car?
No, she's sitting on the passenger side where she was sitting.
Okay. And where are you and where is Summer?
Summer was sitting on the, like, okay, so you know how there's like 3 seats in the back?
Behind Grandma or behind Candace?
Oh, she's sitting in the middle of it all.
And why is she sitting in the middle at this point?
Because I asked to sit on the side because she was gonna start. Grandma just got out the hospital and she was like,
All right. So is he talking about sitting in the back or the front in the middle? Yeah, Alice doesn't have any shame whatsoever. You're right.
she's like, let me sit in the passenger seat. I said, okay. So I sat behind her mom.
Okay, got it. So then what happened? She goes and buys cigarettes?
And
Who gets out of the car? Okay.
it's like right across from it.
And where's Grandma sitting in the car?
No, she's sitting on the passenger side where she was sitting.
Okay. And where are you and where is Summer?
Summer was sitting on the, like, okay, so you know how there's like 3 seats in the back?
Behind Grandma or behind Candace?
Oh, she's sitting in the middle of it all.
And why is she sitting in the middle at this point?
Because I asked to sit on the side because she was gonna. Her grandma just got out the hospital and she was like, let me sit in the passenger seat. I said, okay. So I sat behind her mom.
Okay, got it. So then what happened? She goes and buys cigarettes?
And
Who gets out of the car?
just Candace.
Just Candy? You call her Candy?
No, I call her Candace.
Candace?
Yeah.
Okay. Is her nickname Candy though?
No, that's her mother's nickname.
Got it. Okay. So Candace gets out.
Gets out. She goes grab cigarettes. She buys a puff bar. She buys
A what?
a puff bar. It's
Oh, okay.
a little nicotine vape.
Got it.
I don't know if everybody else knows that, but it's a nicotine vape.
Got it. What color was it?
It was black and purple.
Okay. Was there a blue one?
Blue one? Yeah, that one was hers.
That's hers.
Yeah, because she.
I think because they change Lady May because there's 3 different times they're sitting in different positions from what I understand. One is when they're on their way to the hospital, the other one when they're at the hospital, right? They switch. And then when they get groceries, they kind of switch the arrangement. So that's what I'm trying to find out.
Got a blue Skittles one.
Okay. Then what happened?
And then she bought the Twisted Tea.
Twisted tea. How many?
Just one.
Just one. And bottle or can?
It's a can. If I can get a picture real quick, I'll show you what it looks like.
All right. Go ahead.
It's a whole can, if I'm correct.
You doing okay, bro?
Yep, too.
Yeah, okay, cool. Oops. And you head right to the water park. Okay, walk me through what Summer's doing at that moment.
Well, at that moment, she was holding my hand like this, like with her arms wrapped around, because she gets cold when the window's down, and so it was down, and we were just watching TikTok.
So she's snuggling with you.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, and you're watching TikTok videos? Which ones did you watch?
I don't even know. I just scrolled through the thing.
Okay. Was she laughing?
Yeah, of course.
She seemed normal.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that call that Candace got from Dawn,
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that call again.
The call. So where her phone is in the middle of the truck. You know, the console part.
Okay.
It was right there, and he called, and she said everybody be quiet. So we all was quiet. Her mom was going through her phone. I turned my phone off till she was done to see if I could listen in on anything suspicious or anything. And then after she got off, I go, "What do you call about?" She goes, "There's been this dude. I know it starts with an A for sure. I just can't figure out the rest of it."
Okay, hang on real fast. Is the battery dying in the camera? Okay, there.
There's the second one.
Yeah, there's another one in the. No, but we'll cut all this out. So some of it will just.
By the stables.
Okay, and you say that place, is that the swimming hole?
I don't even know if it's
I wanna
allowed to be
find-
called a
it's
swimming
right
hole.
up
That's why I
here.
call it that.
Did you ask for it?
We're gonna
Okay, so from
want
there,
to get to the.
what happened? Or at that moment, what happens? Do you go in the water first, or who
No,
goes in the?
We need to get to the grocery store.
Okay, did you do pictures? You do Instagram? Where Summer is underwater.
There were flowers one day that she wanted. That there.
Okay. So from the water hole now, or I'll call it a water hole,
From the water hole,
where do you go?
we go to this
Amen.
thing called a hippie house.
Hippie house?
And they sell like THC, CBD. They used to go to this one. She was talking about LOLs because
Okay, here we go.
Did you go in?
no, I can't go in. I'm under.
Or who went in?
Her and her mother.
Right after the.
And that left you and Summer.
Yeah.
Was she talking to you?
Because I would have the phone here and I'd make her swipe there. Because I don't really watch TikTok. I don't really like to do anything with camera on.
What was Summer talking about?
She was talking about LOLs. Because she likes a new thing. Her mom was talking about she done grew out of froze and now she wants all these
Listen, don't listen to it.
LOLs.
What's LOL? Laugh out loud?
Yeah,
No,
they're like
it's
little
some kind of
surprise
dolls.
dolls.
Little dolls.
Okay. Which ones was she watching?
She was just watching. If I can remember it. No, she wasn't doing that. I was just saying she was talking about that.
Got it.
But she was mainly watching Poppets.
Okay.
I'll show you what that is, because we got one.
Oh, Pocket. Pocket. Somebody would be involved in this thing.
Yeah, I
Right
just
here.
mess with them because I have impulsive ADHD.
Okay, so she likes these.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of her favorite toys.
Johnny,
No, it's something that she just got into.
Got
See
it.
over there?
Because she was
Looks
scrolling
like it.
through that. Miss Johnny May was fixing to leave. All right, now
Miss Johnny was over
let us talk.
So she likes these.
Yeah.
Okay. And they're in the CBD store. How long were they in there?
Like 5 minutes tops.
And then what happened?
And then she came out with two babes. She came out with hers and then another one she gave me.
She gave you one.
Mm-hmm.
Another one.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what took place then?
Then we went to grab that prescription.
That's when you went to the prescription
Yes.
at Walgreens
Mm-hmm.
because it was ready.
Yeah.
Okay. How long do you think it took for that prescription to get ready?
They said 35 minutes.
Okay.
So that could have all took 35 minutes or more.
Okay. And then what happened when did somebody go into the store or did you go through drive-through again?
Drive through again.
And where are you sitting at this point?
The same. Well, I was sitting in the middle because she was the person that was wet, and so she had a pillow under her.
Got it. So she's sitting on a pillow.
Mm-hmm.
The baby is.
Yeah.
Summer. Okay. Where's that pillow now? Do you know?
The pillow now.
Yeah, the pillow.
I don't even know. I haven't been up to their house in like over a year. To be
Okay.
honest with you.
No, that's cool. So from there, where do you guys go?
From there, we got to Sonic.
Where?
Sonic.
Sonic. And what did you get at Sonic?
Slushies. Like a blueberry slushie.
Okay.
She got some purple one. Her mother got an orange one, and Summer got the same blueberry one.
So you bought a priceless. Okay, where's that at?
Ask her. I really
Alright,
don't
here we
do
go,
good
finally.
with like.
Do you know where that's at, Miss?
It's the one that she goes to by the liquor store.
Okay.
It's down
It's down before you hit
It's
her
down.
road.
It's like almost across from J&J Auto.
Okay. And then
No, that's one. That's
who goes into the store?
Her and her mother again.
Okay, so Candace and her mom go in the store again. And that left you and Summer in the car.
Yeah.
And what are you guys doing?
Just still watching TikToks, listening to music. I mean, just sitting there watching TikToks mainly.
Is she lethargic? Is she, do you notice anything unusual about her?
I didn't know. I just seen that her hair was cut. That was it.
Yeah, but that, when did you notice that, right?
That was like when we first saw her.
Right, when you first, right. I mean, but at that moment, are you noticing anything unusual going down?
Not really.
Okay, when you say not really, what does that mean?
Like, not in general, no.
Yeah, the dog. Say it again.
I said not in general, no. Like, nothing really, but nothing's going on.
Okay. And then what happens from there?
From there, I think they was in the store for an hour, maybe?
Okay. They were in the store for a long time?
Yeah, a little bit long, but not that long.
And what did they get?
An hour, maybe a little bit long, but not that long.
So they got groceries for the house. I don't know what all they got. All I seen was what was beside of us, the milks.
Okay. And where did the orange soda come from?
The orange
Next to Summer on the seat.
The orange soda. Orange soda. I'm really trying to. So they got groceries for the house. I don't know what all they got. All I seen was what was beside of us, the milks.
Okay. And where did the orange soda come from?
The orange
Next
soda.
to Summer on the seat.
The orange soda. Orange soda. I'm really trying to think on that one. I forgot there was orange soda.
There is an orange soda on the seat in the TikTok video.
TikTok video.
Yeah, and the video that somebody took of her in the car.
There was also Skittles or something, some kind of candy.
No, that was her candy, not mine. I don't eat.
Yeah, whose candy was that?
That was hers. Not the drugstore, but the discount tobacco store.
She bought it there?
Yeah.
And what is that?
I think it's like a Fanta or Orange Crush soda, maybe.
Yeah. And then what about the candy on the seat?
That was her candy. Because her grandma done bought it for her.
The Lady Vols.
No,
Okay.
The Vols are like the worst team in the world.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Okay, so from there, now you have this, they come back to the car. Where's the milk come in?
The milk. Oh, when they had to put everything in the bed of the truck. You know, like the back of the truck.
Mm-hmm.
I call it a truck bed because it is a truck bed.
Okay. But there's a picture of Summer leaning against the milk bottles.
Yeah, they put them there.
They put them there. Hold on, let's listen.
Well, I think I put them there in the middle because
Okay, so he says he put them there.
there's no room on the other side of me.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I put them there because she was sitting by the window, and then
Was she sleeping?
She was sitting by the window, and then she was. Okay, hold on.
nah, she wasn't even sleeping at the time.
Okay.
I just set them in the middle because if they were to fall and spill, it would be on me, and I don't feel like cleaning up no truck mess.
Okay. It looks like she's against the.
That doesn't make sense because he says I put them there, and if they fall and spill, that would be on me, and I don't feel like cleaning up no mess. Well, I want to know if they were moved after H, because you wouldn't think that he would put the milk sideways, right?
door though, in that picture?
I wasn't there when that picture was took.
Oh, okay. When did they take that picture? Do you know?
I have no
I
idea.
believe the one with the milk jugs was sitting right here in front of my house because that's exactly how that baby.
Because if they were to fall and spill, it would be on me, and I don't feel like cleaning up no truck mess.
Okay. It looks like she's against the door though, in that picture.
I wasn't there when that picture was took.
Oh, okay. When did they take that picture? Do you know?
I have no
I
idea.
believe the one with the milk jugs was sitting right here in front of my house because that's exactly how that baby was before they left.
Okay. Well, when you were in the car, where'd they put the milk?
Well, they gave it to me.
They gave it to you.
Not not to keep, but to
No,
like,
to put it away.
yeah.
And where did you put it?
I had it sitting on my lap until we got out the car.
Got it. And out here?
Yeah, out here.
Okay.
And she pulled up like a truck now, like where it's at right now.
Right.
But the opposite around.
Got it. So it's facing that way.
Yeah.
And you're getting out on this side. And where do you put the milk?
I set them in the middle because Summer had to. Did she even get out the car or did I?
Was you?
I thought she got out the car too. I don't even remember that.
Okay. At some point, how did the milk bottles get on the other side of her? Do you know?
I have no idea then because she said that she was sleeping on.
Okay. So he says he has no idea because
On the door, but when I got out the car, she wasn't even at the door. She was in the middle.
Was she sleeping on you?
Nah,
Was she asleep?
I didn't even see her sleep. I just got out the car because she wanted to talk to her
Okay. Got it.
about that thing for that Friday, the water park.
Got it. But where's Summer?
She was still in the middle. I wasn't really paying attention to her, to be honest.
Okay. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, that's cool.
I wasn't even paying attention at that point. I just wanted to go inside. Or just wanted my girl to come back a little bit.
Sure.
That's the whole point.
Is Summer hurt by this point, you think?
I don't
From the
think
water?
so. I mean, she could have been. I mean, I wasn't really paying attention to her.
No, I get that.
What did they run by for?
Who's that?
Actually, in there.
Somebody else, yeah. So, then what happens when you get out of the car?
When I get out the car. When I get out the car, I go to the front because she had to hand me that other vape that she gave me.
Got it.
And then I showed Mom at that door.
so he goes to the front of the car so Candace can hand the child the vape while he's drunk.
Okay.
And that was it.
Okay. And this is when you.
So H is on H is behind. H is in the back, and he says he's on one side. Summer is in the middle. And they asked, how did the milk get on the other side of Summer? And he says, I don't know. That had to happen, by someone else. And I think Allie, in my opinion, is butting her nose into the story. And doing her son, in my opinion, a disservice. And he doesn't want to say his mom is lying or she's confused or whatever. I need to listen to this.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I put them there because she was sitting by the window.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Okay, so from there, now you have this. They come back to the car. Where's the milk come in?
The milk. Oh, when they had to put everything in the bed of the truck. You know, like the back of the truck.
Mm-hmm.
I call it a truck bed because it is a truck bed.
Okay. But there's a picture of Summer leaning against the milk bottles.
Yeah, they put them there. Well, I think I put them there in the middle because there's no room on the other side of me.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I put them there because she was sitting by the window, and then
Was she sleeping?
nah, she wasn't even sleeping at the time.
Okay.
I just set them in the middle because if they were to fall and spill, it would be on me, and I don't feel like cleaning up no truck mess.
Okay. It looks like she's against the door though. In that picture.
I wasn't there when that picture was took.
Oh, okay. When did they take that picture? Do you know?
I have no
I
idea.
believe the one with the milk jugs was sitting right here in front of my house because that's exactly how that baby was before they left.
Okay. Well, when you were in the car, where'd they put the milk?
Well, they gave it to me.
They gave it to you.
Not to keep, but
to put it away.
Yeah.
And where did you put it?
I had it sitting on my lap until we got out the car.
Got it. And out here?
Yeah, out here.
Is it normal to keep milk on your lap? Wouldn't you just put it in the floor?
Okay.
And she pulled up like a truck now, like where it's at right now.
Right.
But the opposite around.
Got it. So it's facing that way.
Yeah.
And you're getting out on this side. And where do you put the milk?
I set them in the middle because Summer had to. Did she even get out the car or did I? I thought she got out the car too. I don't remember that.
Okay. At some point, how did the milk bottles get on the other side of her? Do you know?
I have no idea then because she said that she was sleeping on the door. But when I got out the car, she wasn't even at the door. She was in the middle.
Was she sleeping on you?
Nah.
All right, so let's look at this. All right. So what side is H on? Is he on? He's behind Candace. He has to be behind Candace because there's boxes over here. Right? Okay. H is over here. Summer's in the middle. He says he's holding the jugs of milk. Now, this is where when H says, I want to know where did he say he put the milk so it wouldn't, that doesn't, see, this is what's confusing me. H says he puts the milk somewhere so it doesn't spill because he doesn't want to clean up that mess. But then he says it's on his lap. Why does H mean by wanting his girl to come out for a bit? I think he said he wants his thank you, Miss Always Right, Ryan. I think he means he wants his girl to come over a bit. Like after he's gets home, he's just wanting his girlfriend to come over. Is that what you mean? Neighbor who says they never saw a thing happen. Not credible. Yeah, I agree with that. Why would a new sealed milk spill? They I mean, I've had them spill. I've had them spill on this side. Okay, let me just see this.
Not the drugstore, but the discount. We're going to
water park.
The Lady Vols.
no,
Okay.
The Vols are like the worst team in the world.
That's what I'm talking
The milk. Oh, when they had to put everything in the bed of the truck, like the back of the truck.
about.
I call it a truck bed because it is a truck bed.
Okay. But there's a picture of Summer leaning against the milk bottles.
Yeah, they put them there. Well,
Yeah, Lady May, he's like the milk. Where does this come into play? What do I need to say?
I think I put them there in the middle because there's no room on the other side of me.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
Okay, so here he says he puts them in the middle. I think.
Yeah, I put them there because she was sitting by the window, and then
Was she sleeping?
she wasn't even sleeping at the time.
Okay.
I just set them in the middle because if they were to fall and spill, it would be on me, and I don't feel like cleaning up no truck mess.
Okay. It looks like
Okay, in the chat's opinion, where do you think the milk is? Where Hunter is saying right now? Because he's saying, I don't want it to fall and mess. I don't feel like cleaning it up. I don't.
she's against the door, though, in that picture.
I wasn't there when that picture was took.
Oh, okay. When did they take that picture? Do you know?
I have no
I
idea.
believe the one where the milk jugs was sitting right here in front of my house because that's exactly how that baby was before they left.
Okay. Well, when you were in the car, where'd they put the milk?
Well, they gave it to me.
They gave it to you.
Not to keep, but
No,
like,
to put it away.
yeah.
And where did you put it?
I had it sitting on my lap until we got out the car.
Oh my God, that's so frustrating because he's like, I put it to the side because I didn't want to be the one to clean it up. And then he's like, but I had it on my lap.
Got it. And out here?
Yeah, out here.
Okay.
And she pulled up like your truck now, like Rick's out right now.
Right.
But the opposite around.
Got it. So it's facing that way.
Yeah.
And you're getting out on this side. And where do you put the milk?
I set them in the middle because Summer had to. Did she even get out of the car or did I?
Okay, so he says he set them in the middle. All right. Interrupted when CM asked H when the milk picture was taken. Yes. But, oh my God. All right. So if he puts it in the middle. If he puts it in the, Summer's in the middle. Yeah, he said he can't remember. But I think he said that because his mom was like butting into the story and she's saying she was asleep and H is saying that she was awake, and because then he's like, I don't know about you, Mom, but I thought she was asleep, but you might have been awake. So all right.
I thought she got out of the car too. I don't remember that.
Okay. At some point, how did the milk bottles get on the other side of her? Do you know?
I have no idea then because she said that she was sleeping on the door. But when I got out the car, she wasn't even at the door.
She said that she was sleeping at the door. Who's she? He was all vape up and twisted. Yes. She said she was at the door. Why did Candace talk to you about this? Yeah. What am I at? 131.10. 130.
Car did I? I thought she got out of the car too. I don't remember that.
Okay. At some point, how did the milk bottles get on the other side of her? Do you know?
I have no idea then because she said that she was sleeping on the door. But when I got out the car, she wasn't even at the door. She was in.
She was sleeping. She said she was sleeping at the door. Remember, Dawn said she put her in her car. Yes, I do remember that.
In the middle.
Was she sleeping on you?
Nah.
Was she asleep?
I didn't even see her sleep. I just got out the car because she wanted to talk to her.
Because she wanted to talk to her?
Okay. Got it.
About the thing for that Friday. The water park.
Got it. But where's Summer?
She was still in the middle.
That's interesting. She wanted to talk to her about the water park, about that Friday. Somebody that knows Allie, can they get in contact with her and just be like, can you make it like official? Did you lie about it? Or was you lying the first time or the second time? And hopefully we'll believe you the third time. Water Park Friday, exactly. I don't think H has any involvement. I don't think he has any involvement. I think he's a victim in it. Listen to the sweat. Okay, I'm gonna play this. I need to go close the windows and tinkle, and I'll be right back.
Middle, I wasn't really paying attention to it, to be honest.
Okay. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. That's cool.
I wasn't even paying attention at that point. I just wanted to go inside. Or just wanted my girl to come over for a bit. That's
Sure.
the whole point.
Is Summer hurt by this point, you think,
I don't
from the
think
water?
so. I mean, she could have been. I mean, I wasn't really paying attention to her.
No, I get that.
What are they running out for?
Who's that?
Actually,
Somebody else, yeah. So, then what happens when you get out of the car?
when I get out the car. When I get out the car, I go to the front because she had to hand me that other vape that she gave me.
Got it.
And then I showed Mom at that door.
Okay.
And that was it.
Okay. And this is when you saw Summer in the back. How did the milk get rearranged?
I have no idea.
See?
I mean, I could have said I'm there when I got out the car.
That's fine.
But I'm telling you now, I really don't remember anything but talking to her
Got
at
it.
that point.
No problem. What do you think, Miss Allison? How's that milk get rearranged?
I don't know. That milk was there when they pulled up like that.
Okay, but Hunter had the milk in the middle.
Yeah, in the middle.
And so now the milk's on the other side of Summer. How does that happen?
I don't know.
I don't either. And that's why I'm asking.
I don't even remember how I got out the car. That's the funny part.
That's fine. That's
I
fine.
thought I was totally sitting in the middle the entire time, but I guess not.
Now, did Candace then, let's fast forward.
Mhm.
We'll come back to that later. There's going to be a lot of questions about that, though. I'll give you a heads up, okay? A lot of folks are going to ask about, well, how'd that happen, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm just giving you, a heads up on that, okay? Just so you know, okay?
Got you.
Now, straight up, though, from there now, you're here.
Mm-hmm.
When's the next time Candace contacts you?
Thank you, Ginger.
Around 7:30
Welcome.
7:30 that day.
That night. And where were you at that time?
I was over at the park in Bristol with my girl.
Hanging out with your girlfriend.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and what happens? Tell me about that.
So she called me saying that someone's missing.
Okay,
I thought she's pulling a leg because she's known to do that.
okay. Why would she mess around with her daughter missing, though? What struck you about that?
I mean, it's just, we explain how she does when she gets drunk. She tends to, when she gets drunk and high at the same time.
Yep.
She tends to think that she loses the kids, but they're out front in the yard. That's what I was thinking.
Got it.
So when she tends to get drunk and high at the same time, she thinks she loses the kids? I don't think the milk video was from that day. Oh my God, this is frustrating. It's shot. So, has Candace ever thought she's lost the kids before? Doesn't make any sense.
So this is something that's happened in the past.
No, she hasn't went missing. It's just that she got high and drunk and forgot that someone was outside.
Got it. Straight up. What did she tell you?
She was like,
That's an alarm bell right there. She's got drunk and high and forgot about her daughter being outside. So is it possible that on June 15th, 2021, after Summer fell asleep and they got the groceries in She had just been asleep 5 minutes. Did she forget? You know, how most parents don't ever forget, about their child being. I just now noticed that. Hunter does seem like he wants help. Yes, I agree. Yes, remember one of the boys went missing. Yes, Juno, bingo. One of the boys did go missing, and they did find him shortly after telling the authorities. Yes. Blacks out, probably. Yes. If H says she tends when she is drunk, then she must have sounded drunk on the phone to H. My God.
Summer's missing. Summer's missing. So I was just like, okay, well, why don't you just go look outside? She says, I have been. She ain't there. I said, well, call Allie then, because I don't know if she's still.
That is true. They never called the authorities when Summer, or sorry, not when Summer. Whenever the boy went missing, they did not call when the boy went missing. And I think, well, we know really that there is a big discrepancy in that timeline. TBI says she went missing early afternoon. The first call went in at 6:23 or 6:26. Justin, my daughter used to get high, and when she would not scream at the kids, I will never believe that Candace walked Summer to the house and watched her walk in. Absolutely not. I mean, uh, does Candace seem like this overbearing helicopter mother who, oh, honey, let me walk you 60 feet to the door? Because it's not like the door wasn't wide open and you could see the boys, on the couch watching the television, and you could see her clearly walk in. What was the point? What is the point to walk a child 60 feet on this? Like, the door was literally wide open, and the door was wide open also whenever Candace walked out of the house to see Chris. She left it wide open, which we're going to go over that later. Left it wide open. And so what's the point? You're walking over to your mom's house. You're at your mom's house fixing a knee brace. You said 2 to 5 minutes max to Chris. She's not an overbearing mother. If she gets drunk and high and forgets about her kids, that's not a helicopter mom.
Pulling a leg, because if I tell her to call Allie, she'll call me back, and then I'll call mom, be like, did she tell you this, or was she just messing around?
Got it. So you call your mom
Yeah, I call her on Facebook after she picks up.
and gave her a heads up that
Candace was gonna call.
Candace going to call her and tell her that Summer's missing. Straight up. So at that point, does she call you again? Just that night?
Nah, she called me the next day saying that she's sitting in the police station.
She's sitting in the police station?
Yeah.
And what does she say about?
Yes, I do remember Candace saying that she did some washing later that afternoon, and which was later on when she said that. You know, it was over a year later once Grandis said she took a nap. It's constant. It's absolutely constant. Liars. Liars. Birdie says Allison later says her phone was turned off when H was trying to call her. I don't know. All right, guys, I'm going to call this one an evening. I went way over time. So I love you all. Candace doesn't even wash her own behind. What was so important about washing that afternoon? I agree. What were you washing, Candace? You had enough clothes there for the kids to wear for 17 years, 18 years. It's crazy. Love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you truly. Praying justice comes soon for this baby. Law enforcement did tell them to fix their timeline. Law enforcement did tell them to fix their timeline. I agree. Very potentially. Thank you all. God bless each and every single one of you. I'll see you guys later tomorrow, I'm sure, at some point. Love you all. Good night. God bless. Thank you, mods, for being here. Thank you all for being here. We'll see you later.